This is Relationship Talks with Rick and Naaman. I'm Rick.
And I am the DJ Blue.
And he's
And
Naaman.
I am the DJ Blue.
So I have a question for you. Would you ever date someone again that you broke up with?
Yeah, why not?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's dating. Maybe
like somebody...
Maybe it's toxic, but obviously if you broke up with them, it was toxic in the first place.
Have you ever done it? I guess that's the big question.
I've talked to people. I mean, not necessarily dating per se.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say dating. Dating is a big word. I would say maybe I've talked to them and flirted with the idea of making some type of move or play. But I mean, honestly, I don't. Yeah, sure. Why not? Of course.
What? Like, how did you just reset that quick?
Yeah, for sure. Why not? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. It's a lot.
You're not sure?
It's a lot.
So, I mean, like, not somebody that you just talk to. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, somebody that you actually went out with. Like, would you, like, one of your exes, if one of your exes were available now, would you go back and date them?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if I was single, then, I mean, hey, I would talk to them, maybe figure out where we went wrong, depending on why I broke up with them.
Have you ever been broken up with?
Not to my knowledge.
It's like somebody that's still dating you, but you don't know that y'all broke up.
Pretty much. I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like everyone has their own like definition of actually breaking up when you get into a relationship. So, I mean, some people say, well, they didn't call me, so I guess we're done.
Wow.
You know
that's
what I
all
mean?
it takes, right? Yeah, no,
that's
true.
what people say. It's like, hey, they didn't call me, so I guess we're done. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, so are you breaking up with me, or what do you want?
It's kind of like when you're at a job and they start to take you off the schedule.
Right, exactly. They just
it's like you're not fired,
mm-hmm.
but you're not
fired,
working
but
ever.
We don't want you here. That's basically how that works. And in this situation, it's the same concept. It's basically like, hey, are you gonna call me again, or should I just not expect it? But me, I mean, I guess going through, as many situations that we both been in, it just gets to the point now where it's like, if I want to break up with you, I'm just gonna be like, hey, this is
a big sigh,
a big thing. I think we're gonna have to start not talking to each other.
That's how you say you and me like it's
That's
over.
how I would start it.
That's exactly how you would do it.
That's how I would start it. Why not? Why else would I? How else would I do it?
Like, hey, this isn't quite working for me. I don't think we should be together anymore.
Exactly, like 100%. Like this isn't gonna be, and because I mean, you can't sit there and you can't talk to them and think that everything is gonna be okay. You have to give them that space. And honestly, I would say most relationships nowadays are filled with people who've been in relationships and who've gone back with their exes. Like literally, like a lot of relationships, especially since quarantine happened. A lot of people were bored and just became single and was like, hey, well, this is the known evil.
Yeah, let me hit up somebody that I know.
Yeah, let me ruin my life. Let me ruin my life with somebody I know, but I mean, that's toxic in itself because you're just basically beating yourself up with something you're beating yourself up with.
It definitely is. So I remember I can only think of one time where I actually dated someone, like we were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Hopefully that's your definition of dating.
We broke up and then we actually got back together again, back into a relationship.
Okay.
I can only think of one instance that happened. And it wasn't even that big of a break between it. But I can remember talking to someone that I broke up with in the past, but it didn't go back to a relationship. It kind of was just like, oh, we're cool.
For sure.
So when it comes to dating someone, I think I would have a harder time with someone that I was actually in an actual relationship with, like someone that you claim.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that I was talking to and we just stopped talking for whatever reason, one of us got in a relationship or whatever, like I have no problems going back to talk to them.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a big difference in that because if you think about it, if you're talking and you're not in a relationship, chances are maybe one of y'all did something wrong, one of y'all schedules changed, something like that.
Yeah.
Usually in a relationship, it's a bigger reason to why you break
Sort of.
up.
I mean, it could be the same reasons.
You think so?
Yeah, because most people say, well, all right, yeah, well, I'm dating this person. Oh, well, okay, well, we're dating. I just got a job in 34,000 miles away. How are we going to work this out? Oh, well, this is not going to work out. Bye. Have a nice life. You know, it's.
I mean, long
sometimes it's
distance
that.
relationships are not for everybody, for sure.
They're not, but I'm saying that could just as well be, or it could be a situation like, oh well, now I'm a political person and now I support this side or I support this side, and it's like, well, look, your political views are clearly beyond me, and for those reasons, I'm out.
Shark Tank breakup.
Easily. That's how I'm serious. Like, you need to, like, if you can't break down your breakup like Shark Tank do, then don't do it.
Don't
do it.
Don't
because
break up.
when you're watching Shark Tank, those guys break up with people on the most respectful levels of disrespect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
I know what you mean.
it's like that bottom point of disrespect. They'll go, well, your service is really good. And you know what? To be quite honest with you, I can see this being a really huge part of my life. And it's incredible because this is my nature. But the concept is terrible. And for those reasons, I'm out. Like, that's basically like you could describe a relationship.
It kind of
like
really
that.
sounds like the reason why the breakup occurred is the determining factor of whether or not you could be back with somebody that you dated previously.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it. If I was in a relationship with someone and they couldn't be faithful,
They can't or just won't.
or they won't be faithful, either one, take your pick.
Right.
That's a relationship that I don't think I could go back to.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's an unusual circumstance.
Is it that unusual?
No, I'm saying in comparison to what we were just talking about. We
Yeah.
were talking. That's what I was saying. So that circumstance would be like, yeah, no. If there was something that negatively infected, I guess infect would be a good word.
Fact.
Negatively infected your relationship, then no, you don't want to go back with them. That's silly.
Yeah. I mean, people do it though. People cheat and take people back, and they're like, I changed.
Yeah.
And like for me, I don't see myself doing that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you as well on that from that front. I don't really believe people change that much.
You don't think so?
No, I would say from my experience, the different relationships that I've had, whether intimate or just relatives or friends, people really don't change. I mean, because when you get to a certain age, it's like whatever they give you, that's it. That's what they're giving you. It's not really like there's not going to be any difference.
I feel like people do change, and I feel like that would be like the main reason why you would get back with somebody that you broke up with in the past. So depending on what the situation was, maybe that person just wasn't emotionally mature enough to date at that time, and it was things that they were lacking. But as you go through situations, I'm not talking about like a year. If it's been like 5 years past, when you meet somebody or if you reconnect with somebody, that's like a lot of times that'll be a different person because things can happen in your life that completely changes your life.
I can't say that's a different.
You don't think so?
Person though. What? So I say that's the reason why I say no one changes. I would agree that they may be different as far as the way they carry themselves, but the values and the things that made them the terrible person when you were with them the first time, that stuff is not going away. It may be placed in a drawer somewhere, but that will always be a part of them. Period.
I mean, but what if the core poo, huh? It's been a while since you said that.
Period. Poo.
So I feel like what if the core is what you liked and you connected with the core and that was the thing that worked for you?
What do you mean?
So what if you liked the person's core, like you liked what they stood for, you guys vibed and all of that stuff, but it was just other things that, like, let's just go back to emotional immaturity. Mm-hmm. They just weren't ready to be in a committed relationship. They didn't know what it took. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if you think about your dating life, just think about life in general. Your life, you learn things along the way.
True.
It's different things that you do now based off of experiences that you had in your life. So if you like somebody for their core, but it was some gap in between where they were and where you are now, they could go through an experience and you can meet them and they could be the perfect person.
True. But like I said, I get that. But at the end of the day, they gonna be the same. It's not gonna be that much of a difference.
But I mean, sometimes that's a good thing, though.
It sometimes is, and sometimes it isn't. But like I said, it depends on how they grew from whatever else. Because honestly, in any relationship, negativity is negativity. Negative is negative. It's not a different type of negative. Negative is negative. So a vibe that could be negative, there's really no definition other than bad, not good, terrible energy. So It's like when you in any situation, if they were doing something that was negative in their relationship, then if they grew from it, that's when you like, all right, well, this makes sense. It's still there. That's still a part of them, but they grew from it and they figured out some way to, I guess, not bury it, but some way to reflect and grow from that situation. That's what I'm saying. I believe it's still there.
You know, I feel like people change all the time. I think when you equate change, people, for the most part, have a core of values and things that really don't change that much unless some kind of life-altering event happens in their life. Like some people change after they have kids. Some people change after they lose someone that was really close to them. Yeah. But there definitely are times that changes the way that we behave and the way that we carry ourselves. And even if you think about being in a relationship and being in love with somebody and they do something horrible, they're toxic or something like that, and they don't understand that they're toxic. Yeah. And then they go and get in a different relationship and the thing that they were doing to you gets done to them. And then they make some self-reflect. And, you know, maybe they changed from that. And that person that had those toxic traits like went and changed and don't have them anymore or don't do them anymore. But you just,
like I said, I don't know. When you say because the thing is, I don't believe that those things are taken away because those particular things make up the person. Like me, I mean, I can grow from experiences, but the things that I did, whatever it was that made me negative, they are still a part of me. But I have a different reasoning. I have a different process.
So you feel like you just never change?
You don't. You grow. It's not changing.
I mean, growth is a change.
But it's more in an addition. I guess it's changed.
I mean, regardless. So like if you have a seed and you plant the seed in the ground and it becomes a tree, it's not a seed anymore. It's a tree.
It's technically still a seed.
No, how is a tree a seed, sir?
Okay, so eating a bone that came from a chicken or eating eggs, do you call eggs chicken? Hey, I want to have some eggs. You're a vegetarian, no?
What does that have to do with?
What does that have to do with a seed? Are you a vegetarian?
Yes, I'm a vegetarian.
But do you eat eggs?
Yes.
So, eggs come from chickens,
right?
But you don't call an egg a chicken. You call it an egg.
I don't even get what you're. What point are you trying to make?
The logic I'm trying to say is, all right, it's still chicken.
It's not. It's an egg.
It's chicken. It's regardless. It's chicken. Nonetheless, it doesn't change. It's still chicken. But there's a form. It's a different form of the chicken as an egg.
No.
It makes total sense.
It makes no sense.
I'm saying people grow from everything. The egg grows from an egg and becomes a full-grown chicken. No? Is that not the concept?
If it's a fertilized eggs, the ones that you get in the grocery store are not fertilized. It's not the same thing.
So it isn't. So what is the root form of a chicken? Help me with that.
What do you mean?
What is the root? What is the root form of a chicken? Where do chickens come from?
Other chickens.
Eggs. Eggs, Richard. I'm saying.
So so you're kind of like going against your own point. You're saying that you never grow. So an egg is an egg. I didn't
say you never grow. I say you never change.
So egg is an egg.
I mean, in metamorphosis, you would change if you're looking at like that.
An egg is way different from a chicken or a chick.
So, but it's the same concept, no?
How is that the same concept?
So is an egg the same species of a chicken? I'm just trying to see where you stand on this.
I don't understand what point you're trying to make.
Answer the question. Is an egg a part of a chicken?
No.
So eggs, where do eggs come from?
Eggs come from chickens.
Okay. So what is an egg? I guess therefore an egg is its own species, correct?
An egg, I don't even know how to define it, but I wouldn't say that a egg is a chicken because a chicken it hasn't become a chicken yet. That's like saying a caterpillar is a butterfly. What is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. And what I'm saying is sound. Period.
All right, so is a caterpillar or a butterfly?
Okay, bottom line is
no.
I'm not going here.
Look, you don't like that.
I'm not, because a caterpillar would be a butterfly, but it goes.
How is a caterpillar a butterfly, sir? Right, Richard. Well, is it a caterpillar or a caterpillar?
The point I'm trying to make is people grow, right? And they grow from the experiences. I do not believe they completely change. I believe they take the experiences that they had and they put them in their lives and find some way to positively use those things.
But you don't have to completely change to change. Do you?
You're a vegetarian that still eats eggs.
Eggs are not meat.
Okay. Murderer. Where do eggs come from? The butt of a chicken.
Oh, wow. You're really making eggs really appealing right now.
They come from the bottom of a chicken.
That doesn't make it better.
The buns of a chicken.
I don't even the thing that I'm trying to understand is like, what does me being a vegetarian has to do with your argument whatsoever?
I'm saying, well, that has nothing to do with it.
I know.
To be quite
it's
honest
like, what's
it's
the
just
point?
Weird. You're a weirdo.
I'm weird because I'm a vegetarian.
I just wanted to make that. You eat eggs, but that's a form of meat. No?
Vegetarians eat eggs.
Is it not?
It's not a form of meat.
So
no,
eggs aren't chickens.
Eggs aren't chickens.
Okay.
Eggs are
So back to
eggs.
what I was saying. That's how I feel about people. I believe that they take the traits and they take those things and they positively use those things in their lives to help them grow.
Well, let's go back to the butterfly example. A caterpillar is a caterpillar until it goes through its metamorphosis and becomes a butterfly. All caterpillars do not make it to be a butterfly. You have to go through that metamorphosis before they become a butterfly. So a caterpillar and a butterfly are not the same thing, but a caterpillar can become a butterfly. So by your own logic, growth can cause change.
Well, I have somewhere to be soon, so.
Right. You
Get
just
to your
don't.
point, Richard. I'm saying, but I made my point clear when I said it. I said how I said it, and then you still went back to the.
I feel like you made your point, but
caterpillar thing,
your point,
which had nothing to do with what I was saying.
But your point was
absolutely
your
nothing.
point was invalid.
Your point was invalid.
How is my
because
point
you're
invalid?
a stupid vegetarian. You eat meat, and you don't think you eat meat.
I don't eat
you
meat.
still eat chicken, and you probably still eat steak. Back to what we were saying. Change and growth, Richard. Continue to what you were saying.
Change and growth. People can change. They don't have to. All of them don't have to change. But it's not always all of them that you don't like.
For sure.
It's parts of people that you don't like. But if they grow, I feel like for me at least, it's possible to rekindle something that you had, because if you guys loved each other for certain reasons and those reasons still apply, and the things that you didn't like about one another changes, then I mean, think about it. It could be something as simple as someone didn't want to have kids. Somebody did want to have kids. They broke up because they didn't agree on that, and that was deal breakers for both of them. Then the person who didn't want to have kids could have like a niece or something like that and see how much they really love being around kids, and then they could change their mind. Like, you know what? Before I really didn't want kids, but now I do.
For sure.
So that thing that broke them up changed because they had a growth moment where it was like, yo, like I thought I didn't want kids, but being in this situation, like seeing my niece or nephew, it made me grow, and now that I want kids, and that was the one stumbling roadblock that kept me from being with this person here. And now you can go back and rekindle with that person if that was a major issue that you were having.
True.
So yeah,
I guess, Richard.
So do you stay friends with your exes?
Yeah, for sure. Why not? Why wouldn't I?
Do you think that's dangerous at all?
No, not at all.
I think it all depends on the ex, though. For me,
it depends. Honestly, it depends on the person that wants to be friends. That's where it starts. It starts with the person who actually wants to be friends.
What, do both of you not want to be friends, or what do you mean?
What I'm saying is, when it comes to like relationships like that, it starts with the person who actually wants to be friends. So if I'm the only person that wants to be friends and I'm pushing for friendship, then okay, it lies on me. Like, what kind of friendship am I trying to have? Obviously, they're not reaching out to be friends, but if they want a friendship as well, then two people, oh, cool, you both want friendship. But if one person, you have to kind of determine, like, okay, well, what do you want out of this friendship? Why do you want to be friends?
I've had this happen. Have you ever had someone say that they want to be friends and they secretly just trying to get back with you right there?
I don't know. Probably.
My goodness,
I can't really say. I don't know. I don't pay attention to things like that.
No.
You
just go
I'm trying to live my life. I can't be focused on what everybody else is thinking. I'm trying to live my own life.
I mean, they never tried to push back up on you?
I don't know. Don't pay attention.
You just oblivious.
It's not that I'm oblivious. It's something that I don't pay attention to. It's nothing that I want to, I guess, entertain or energize myself with. Energize myself with the thought of thinking about, it seems like she's pushing up on me. No, I don't care. It doesn't make me no different, because the truth is, if you're not upfront with me, I'm just going to be not upfront with you as well. So we're basically just going to both be, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. You? I'm not about to invite any more than I have to, basically.
That's interesting, sir.
Period.
Pooh.
Yeah, but it sounds better when I say it. So
Oh, go ahead.
try not to.
Go ahead. Just,
Try not to do that.
let's do it again. What?
No, I'm not doing it.
Oh,
now.
you
you ruined it.
I ruined it. I'm sorry, man.
Don't apologize. Just be careful.
This next time.
Just be careful.
All right, so I got some food for thought for you. I remember I was on a dating app and I matched with someone and we exchanged numbers and we FaceTime for the first time.
Okay.
And one of the very first things that she said was, thanks for not sending a dick pic.
Whoa.
And I'm like, does people just do that? Because I feel like her saying that was the equivalent of like, hey, thank you for not punching me in the throat when you first saw me.
Okay, now see, personally, I don't think that's a bad thing. But see, okay, and I'll explain to you why.
Here we go.
I'm usually online. all
Okay.
right? I'm on Reddit. I'm on different like forums of different things like that. And hey, I may have known someone. I'm not gonna put you out there, Richard.
Wasn't Richard.
But I may have known someone who's like subscribed to an OnlyFans or something.
Oh.
So the funny thing is, and I'm not gonna put you out there. You're good. Secret safe with us, Richard.
I mean, you be telling on yourself, not me.
Secret
But okay.
safe with us, Richard.
Continue.
I'm not gonna tell your secret. All right. So
What's going on?
I mean, I'm saying even in those forums and on IG, apparently that's like the thing to send a dick pic. Apparently that's like the thing.
Really?
I guarantee. Like it's like the thing because you see that in all the bios. Please do not send dick pics. Dick pics get blocked. Like, you know, it's like
That seems like a wild thing to say. Like,
but I'm saying, what guy is basically going, you know, oh, she's cute. I'm gonna say,
like
hey,
here you
wait.
go.
No, that's not good. I get a little siding. All right, send. Let's just wait now.
You know,
Like, what are you waiting for? Ooh, that dick looks so nice. Like, ooh, I wanna play with it. Like, who does that?
Yo, so from being
So
on there,
sick.
it's just like such a common thing. Even some of my friends on Instagram, I've talked to them, and especially like the more popular women, they're like, yo, we get stuff like that all the time. It's just ridiculous. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? And that just blows my mind. So unsolicited pics. She said, you know, she's like, one time she was just like, yo, like, how did you want me to respond to this pic? And he was like, I just.
Yeah, like what are they supposed to say? That's my question.
That is a good question because I mean, I don't send unsolicited.
Yeah, I'm
I
saying
don't send
neither do
unsolicited
I.
or solicited
Oh, you
for that matter.
Well, Richard, whatever. It's not about you, okay? Whatever. It's not a big deal. You don't have to tell your secrets. It's okay.
What secret is that?
I'm saying, for me, when you think about any type of pictures, like honestly, I love booby pics. I
Okay.
love booty pics. Don't get me wrong.
Don't
okay,
get you wrong, right?
Don't get me wrong. I
Okay.
love them. Unsolicited, of course. You wake up in the morning, it's a beautiful situation.
So
if you get them, I don't get them that much. Okay, so it's like, it's a gift. It's like awesome.
If you
know?
just so if
you
you
put
just
it in your spank bank and you keep moving.
so if you just exchanged numbers with someone, you wouldn't be offended if she just sent you like boobs.
I would be weirded out and I would think she was a hoe. So I wouldn't be offended, but I would know which position or what to play with her if I wanted to continue to be around her in that particular aspect, because that's a turnoff to me.
Yeah, would that? So that would be something that could possibly potentially just be like, I don't really want to talk to you.
Depending on what she said. I mean, I don't know. I love. Anywho, it's not about me, Richard. Okay, it's not about the DJ Blue. It's about the listeners.
I mean, so
What they think.
you know, like I would never personally do that. Send an unsolicited pic of any kind.
Yeah.
Like that's just stupid. Like why would you? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm somebody have to explain to me how that makes sense. From
It's
all the women
weird.
that I talk to, it doesn't make sense to them either. And like, what do you plan to gain? It's like, oh, you see it now you want it, or what?
Right. Like, are you waiting for a text message to say, come over and bring it over here? Like, because even if so, that's like a concept. Like, what if she's doing that to all of the dick pics she's getting? That
Right.
means she's definitely a hoe.
So, and like even the other way around, if you think about if a
I
woman,
think you're a hoe for sending the pictures too.
what I don't. Send
I wasn't
pictures.
talking about you. I'm sorry. I'm
Right.
talking about another Richard.
Right. So if it was the other way around, thinking about it, something I never really processed because generally women don't just do that. But if it was somebody that I was talking to and we had been spending time together, we were getting to know each other and we had reached that level where we were starting to talk sexually and they sent me a picture, it'd be like, oh, all right, cool. Like that's that. But if I just met somebody and they just sent me a pic like that, yeah, that I feel like that is kind of grounds of like, yo, like I can't can't really rock with you like that. That's not what I'm looking for.
Now, ladies, if you're listening, I don't know what Richard is talking about. Look, you can send me no nudes. I'm fine with anything else. So I like to see scenery, nature, things of that nature. I'm just saying, flood my DMs with photos of nature and cars. I like those things. And microphones as well.
Microphones?
That's all I do.
Just pictures of microphones?
Yeah, I don't boobies and stuff. That's for...
You're good for that.
That's for guys who are just out there, on the prowl. I'm just trying to live my life and be a happy gentleman.
Yeah, so...
I do like boobies, though. That's for you who's listening.
In my opinion, I don't feel like it's ever a good time to send an unsolicited pic, whether you're a man or a woman.
I'm going to say that's
You're going to agree with half of it?
I'm going to say it's debatable, okay?
If a woman does it?
Because the thing is, no, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I've had situations where, they'd be like, well, you didn't send a pic. I was surprised. I was like, well, I don't just send pictures of my junk to people. It's just, it's just not a practice that I have. Like, there's plenty of photos of me online. I just don't want to just womp.
Hold up, what? It's plenty of photos of you online?
Yeah.
What?
I've got a Pornhub page. It's I am the DJ Blue. I'm just kidding. No, I'm saying plenty of photos of my face.
Right.
And me talking.
Right.
And doing things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's just weird for me just to say, hey, she's cute. Send.
I'm sure a lot of women appreciate you not doing that.
Right. Now we wait. Does she like it? I mean, if it's asked for and there's a reasonable sum of money, I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
You a gigolo now?
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
No,
When do you start?
Gigolos get paid.
When are you starting your OnlyFans page?
Gigolos get paid, so it's not a big deal.
So y'all, Naaman is starting an OnlyFans page, and he really wants you. I'm just playing.
I need your support. It's gonna be candy and rock salt.
Oh my goodness.
That's how we do it.
He's gonna eat candy while wearing a bib.
I'm gonna eat candy while wearing a bib and having a rattle saying "mama." If that's your thing, DM me right now.
That's hilarious.
Pop it.
Well, as always, thanks for listening. To be a part of the conversation, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Rick and Naaman. Please be sure to like and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app. You can find me at Doddism, that's DODDSISM. You can find Naaman at
I am the DJ Blue, pretty much on anything.
On all the stuff.
That's it.
Well, until next time, boys and girls, remember,
There's always a next time.